Hi folks, how you doing? Papa Joe here. Out here on our property. Let me back up over here. Alright, that fence corner right there is the corner of our property. And to the left of it is ours. To the right is a gas company. It's a little pumping station where they increase the power and put a little bit of stink oil in it. That's our little shed back there. That's the equipment of the grade guy, cutting grade. He's back there fueling up, getting ready to start again out there today. This is our driveway, right by that post. Now for big vehicles like my dually and stuff, when I had it, you can't hardly make that cut. You wind up driving through the yard. So, alright, this is our house. Got the garage back there. And I hate that little flat roof there, if you can see it. I hate that. Way back in the back, look past the equipment, past that track hole, that's the pond. We will end up back there later. That zigzag. That's all his equipment and stuff. I'll take you for a little walk. And don't want to hear about the vibration and stuff. That boy Joe of mine, I always tell him, I stabilized it. Well, I'm walking. I ain't walking fast, but I'm walking. Now, if you can look at that front door there, you see that flat little bitty roof there. It's kind of out of place. I'll pick it up as much as I can. I detest that little roof. And just going into the entryway. We're talking about taking that off. And there's a sidewalk over there, if you can see it. It circles around from the driveway to the front door. We're talking about closing all that in with a roof, not literally enclosed, but put a roof on it, making a setting area. Where all that green is you see there, we had all that dug up. It was a flower garden, flower bed. Bunch of ivy and whatnot. It was a snake haven. We think that's where the snake came from that bit our little puppy that killed him. We've done quite a bit inside this yard. You don't know it, you can't tell it, but my brother-in-law and I did a lot of grade cutting in there. They had brought dirt in. See how high that dirt is around that tree back there? That is almost as tall as the yard was. If you look at the house, you can see the discoloration under that window. Well, maybe you can't. Let me walk up a little bit. But after we bought the place, we bought it, they was in a drought. And you can see there, some of you can, where the grade was a foot above the foundation. But come the first good rain, we started to step outside to see how stuff was going, and the water was all but coming in that front door. And they had added a bunch of dirt in here, and it turned out one of the fellows that we know, he had did this roof on here, or helped do it. He was like, yeah, they was bringing dirt in when we was doing the roof. So you can see that little roof there. I don't like it. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, slab house. I don't know if you can see the little frowning face over there. The guy we had came in and cut a bunch of trees and trimming trees for us. That was about, we'd already lost our son, and that was about the time my dad died. So he did that as a little monument. Yes, I am a Christian. And I advertise for him when I can. You see the bad spot in the fence back there. The last branch that the guy had to cut, and he cut a lot of stuff. He was out here a couple weeks. Last branch caught my fence right there. But that's all right. We have other plans for some of this stuff. I want to, as you can see, the fencing runs in the back. It's this old pipe, oil field pipe 2 3/4 or whatever, 2 3/8, whatever they call it. And I want to have it all taken down off the back from this corner right here. I want to expand it. See that truck down there? You see that telephone box by his truck? That is the other corner of my property. So all this in here is mine as well. From that front corner of the house right there, and that's Mama's banana trees, we want to have the fence run from the left here to the corner, and leaving all that other in the back. So we want to repurpose all that old fencing and pipe back there, bring it to this corner, and leave this right here. Then from this corner, I want to run it all the way down to that corner of my fence so that the street side here is fenced with that, if that makes sense to you. This was all badly overgrown. It is not, does not have a finished grade on it yet. He has knocked out tons of trees, whatnot. He's cleaned it up real good. He just, my brother-in-law and sister-in-law, them supposed to be coming over today. We will hopefully burn like that big pile of brush there. There's one there. There's several of them around. Let's see, there's one of the pear trees. See how bad a shape they're in? Those that I've talked to about the pear trees, I've got to really cut them way back. I usually keep this where I'm walking right here, cut with my riding mower, but he's had issues and he's had stuff all out here, and this just got too tall for my rider, so he did knock it down with his bush hog, and hopefully he will. He's going to talk about sharpening his blades up and cutting it again. Plus he's had his equipment out here, so there's tracks. There's another one of the pear trees, Bartley pears. There's a couple pears still up in there. They was damn good pears. They just haven't been taken care of. And I'm not a tree person, but from the research I've had, I need to cut all these suckers off of here and trim back them mains real bad. So I'm gonna have a go at that this fall. I kind of hope to do it today, but so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that one over there, we still have 5. We had 6, one of them was real dead. All right, this is pretty much the corner of my property. There's that phone box. Now this old boy next door, he just sold his property, and I haven't met the new people out here yet. So his fence right there is right on the property line. So goes up to there. So now I'm gonna walk you down this backside here, and to my left is all the neighbor stuff. To my right is mine. Now, I did not want him to just clear cut it. See how the neighbors pretty much clear cut his when he came out here. And he's worked on this for about 10 years and then just sold it. I didn't want mine clear cutted. Old Zigzag's fixing to fire up the dozer over there. I do have a power line, and I'm the last house on it. So it runs through here down to the neighbors, which is why he put his trailer where he put it. And Johnny did quite a bit with that. All right, now to give you a reference, you see the house over there. There's the street. We're walking down this side. Like I said, he's got more grade cutting to do. This will be a ditch through here because I have a lot of runoff that feeds my pond. And that was one of the main issues on why I brought him out was because we couldn't control it. It was the natural ditches were plugging up and with debris. So everything was just staying so wet. I couldn't mow it. You couldn't do nothing with it. You couldn't walk. So, and he's having issues with stumps. I had them come out right after we bought it, and had them cut timber off of it. And they love stumps in a bad way. Now, all of this tree stuff you see here is going to stay. We are going to walk around it, and you'll see why. This is a natural haven to bring the deer in. So now I'm fixing to walk all the way back yonder. So I'm going to pause you for a minute. And hell, I'll let you go. It's only going to take a couple minutes. If you're still with me by now, you're interested, and you might want to see it. Our thing is to have a nice thicket, and I don't know if you can see through there on this video or not, but I can see through there, so that's not as thick as you would think. Oh, I found a hole. That'll hurt your ankle. Now this was a property line road right here that I'm going to leave. And I heard him fire up the dozer over there. So, oh, look at the pretty red berries. Oh, I think that's a China berry tree. Now through here, let me ease up. Can y'all see through there? See, I can see through there to that clearing. It's only about 10 foot or so through this thicket. And, oh, there was another good shot. If you can see through that thicket. Right back through there. See, it's not that thick. They're just pine trees. And it's probably, 10 foot row of trees growing through there. Now down through this little section, I had him leave them a little bit more. But if you can see in there, there's still hollows. Deer like that stuff. They already traveling through here a lot. And here in a little bit I'll show you where I hope to put in some apple trees. Now this is still the neighbors over here. There was his house and stuff. There's that pickup. So this is showing you, there's some other neighbors. This is showing you how far back we have come. We've got 8.5 acres here. So I'm gonna step it up a little bit. Now, if you can, probably can't see with this thing bouncing around. The picture ain't so bouncy through my eyeballs. Had a rough night's sleep last night. Bunch of junk out of my lungs is breaking up. And I was up coughing my head off half the night. All right. Now, that brother-in-law and them that's coming over later, and sister-in-law, we had worked on all this back here after they had cut the trees and did a little bit of burning. Now I'm not gonna walk all the way back there. I'll step over here for you. You see the corner. That's the corner of my property. And I take off that way. Barely, not on this tree line, but that tree line over there is barely inside my property. That black pipe right there is going to end up going over to the pond. Oops. That'd be a runoff for my pond to drain. These woods are gonna stay like they are. There's a little shed back in there, and it'll stay there. So that is almost my property line. Just a few foot behind that tree line there, that brush line. Now then, we're starting to come around here. As you see, I've got some piles to burn. He still has cut this to grade. He's cut it to grade. He's got to put a finish on it. Now, this section here to the right is what we've been walking along. This section's pretty thick, which is fine. They give the deer a place to hide. If we keep the place, I will be thinning out some of that junk in there. But I did not want him going through with the equipment. That takes out too much. I want to be more selective on what I take out. All right, I'm backing up. That corner is back that way. That line on the other side of the tree lines, there's the brush piles. There's 3 of them right there. It's got to be burnt. Now we're starting to get down by the pond. See the pond? And we did drain it. Now then, keep that in mind. My boy, Joe, that helps me do this, that's the part he's really interested in. So I'll get more detailed on it in a minute, son. We're going to the right. Well, I've been walking around that brush. Now then, that far back is where I was telling you. Well, I don't know what happened to me there. Son will have to merge these two together. That section back there is where I was telling you it was just a few feet thick. So that's that little opening I left amongst all the trees. And the deer are coming in there. That's also where I want to put some apple trees. The house is right up yonder way. Actually, let's see if I can get a better shot of it. Okay, right over there you can see the house. That's the back porch area of the house over there. So after that brush is burnt, those piles are burnt, that will leave us a lot of being able to see back here and see the deer in here. All right. Now then, we're going down here to the pond. Whew, let me catch my breath between the walking and the talking. Now then, if you see that clearing over there on the edge of the dam, that's where that black pipe's going to go that I showed you. That will be the depth of this. Now if you look, you're going to see a couple patches of water out here. That's the remnants of the old pond. It was not built correctly. I have been learning about pond building. So that and that is the remnants. Now then, right there on that gray dirt part, that clear dirt, that's going to be about a foot taller. And that will be the first runoff. That'll be the overflow. That black pipe will go in over there. That will be about a foot taller than this, so that it will bleed it out even quicker if we have to. Now where I'm at right now is actually in the water. Okay, see that stub right there sticking up? That's going to be approximately where the edge of the pond at its fullest will come to. So, going all the way across there. Yes, I'm leaving those trees. Yes, they will die. It's some kind of persimmon or something. not only did I tell him leave those trees there, I've told him push some of that other stuff down in there. I want something in the bottom for the fish. I do not want a smooth bottom. So where you see the roughness down there, I want that. Now this section right here, that's an island. Where I'm scanning and standing right now, this is water. And it's gonna come up just past that stump. There's that knob over there. This stuff here will still have to be finished grade. So there's a natural ditch right there running down. I'll shoot that a little bit more in a minute. This will be our island. So we're guesstimating when it's at its fullest, it will be approximately 1 1/3 acres. And I know some of y'all laugh at that, because to me that's a lake. And oh, that ain't a lake. Well, how big is your pond? How big is your lake on your property? All right, that's actually kind of deep right there. This is right over there, that bank. It's gonna go up, see that stump right there? Or better yet, you see that orange flag right there? That's how high the pond should be when it starts going over that. So it's now this is our island. I'm gonna walk up our island here. I was already part way up it. Oh, and yes, we wanted an island since we bought the place, so we're getting an island. We just had him push stuff up. All right, standing on the island, there's that stump, there's that stub, there's the runoff creek. The water will run up there. See that to the right there, that little pile of brush? That's gonna be approximately the edge of the water line. Now the water will go on up in that ditch more, but that's gonna be where that stops. Now that pile of dirt there and this stuff over here, he's gonna float all that out on that bank. I have a natural spring, several of them, as you can see. Now less than 48 hours ago, he was out here cutting this, and this was all dry. So no, it ain't a major gushing stream and all that, but it is a natural stream. Way up there in the background, you can see the house, you see his equipment and stuff, more brush piles. That farthest tree line over there where you see the skyline starting, that's the edge of my property there. There's a fence in there if you blow it up and see it. Walking down the other side of the island here, where I'm at now, would actually be in water. Natural spring fed pond. So it's gonna be cool. We have catch runoff for the major water, then we have a natural spring to help keep it up. They went through like a 7-year drought, was coming out of it when we bought the place. And now also, while I'm here, right about here, there's going to be approximately, let's see, right about here. So I'll scan it for you. There's the right bank. There's that emergency runoff overflow. There's the island, which it looks smaller from this side, but it is what it is. There's the far bank. Right over there is the primary runoff, the overflow. And coming down the sides and out there. Now we have done this section right here by this ditch, because this ditch is a main feed to the pond. We have done it so that if we desire to put in a road, which there was a timber road here they made when they cut my trees, we can put a culvert in there and make a road across. those two stumps right there, that's going to be approximately water level. So that is a shot of my pond. Son, you've been here, you've got a clue. Quite a bit bigger than what it was. So more brush piles to burn over there. Zigzag trying to get some stumps out. They have been his nemesis. He knew they was here. Now this is all the backside of that deer section I told you I left. And here on the right, that deep cut through there, that is where I was telling you we can sit on the porch and watch a deer in there. So we've got a nice little cut through there. There's them piles. That way over there is Johnny's house, the neighbor you heard me talk about. There's my house, that fencing. There he is, working the dozer. So, it's work in progress. If I had y'all's money, I'd had it all done by now. I had to get a little noisy up here. I'll show you a little bit. These trees here have been pretty much going straight down. So, and we hold water. All this property around here, he's done pushed a bunch of that in. I have so much groundwater, it's terrible. And he trying to do something with them stumps, and it just aggravating him. But, so, there you go, folks. That's a little tour of my property. There's a shot of the pond from up this way. So, there's my island. There's the pond back there. So, maybe I'll make a video of it after he's done, and we'll get a little grass and stuff growing back. So, there's his little track hoe. That's the stumps he's working on. All right, folks, there it is. A little bush hog, little Ford, a little dump truck. All right, remember, God loves you, and so do I. Have a good day. Bye.